spirit is rising, she's rising, she's rising. The spirit is rising, it's rising, it's rising. The spirit is rising, they're rising, they're rising. The spirit
Hi,
is
Risa.
rising.
Hi, Amy. Welcome to the RX, the cool waters of the RX, as Amy said right before we started recording.
I will dive right in, Coven listeners, because that heat that we're feeling right now, that it's like we're super grateful because it's been raining, which is like somewhat a little bit helping to control the forest fires that are raging through our province and country. But the like 30 degrees Celsius heat coupled with the moisture in the air, it just, there's like a heaviness that feels like late stage capitalism in the way that it like is inescapable and goes into your body and makes you tired. So I want to dive right into these cool waters of the RX. And I was thinking, and I have to remind myself every week that the RX isn't like a list of what's making me angry this week, because it is very, very tempting to do so. There are lots of things that are making me angry this week, but that's not what we're here to discuss. I'm sure in your own life, in your own province, in your own state, in your own country, in your own family, in your own friend group, you can make your own list of what is making you desperately angry. And this is the place that hopefully you come to, again, like dive into cool waters of hope. But when we come to these days, weeks that are so hot and so angry, I always return to Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. That's sort of the thrust of the film, is like as the temperature goes up, the rates of violence go up, and how people are contending with this is the thrust of the movie. I mean, of course, in addition to like political, racial, all of that stuff. But the movie starts with just sort of like visually articulating how fucking hot it is today. The movie takes place in one day. So the cool waters of that are diving into Public Enemy. I brought 4 Public Enemy songs because I could not narrow it down. And also I wanted to take you and me and Risa and all of us and Chuck D and Flavor Flav through this sort of like whole spectrum of human emotion and protest that Public Enemy brings us, and the ways and means in which Public Enemy brings this. So song number 1, you have to start with Fight the Power. You have to. This will bring the tingling from your feet to the top of your head, that rage that's not unfocused, the rage that you can focus in a way that tries to make things better in the world and in your life. One of the lyrics, and again, keep this in mind as you're listening to Public Enemy, as you're listening to music, period, but specifically Public Enemy, one of the lyrics in Fight the Power is, as the rhythm's designed to bounce, what counts is that the rhymes are designed to fill your mind. So we're filling our minds with the brilliant Chuck D and the also brilliant Flavor Flav, who is brilliant in a different way. I often think of, if they were both Shakespearean, you know, Chuck D would be the prince or the knight or the king, and Flavor Flav would be the court jester who tells the truth in a way that kind of makes you laugh and makes you think. I feel that Public Enemy wouldn't have existed or been as successful if they didn't have both those parts, the Chuck D part and the Flavor Flav part. So again, I want to encourage you to examine your own self and your own life. And you don't have to be Chuck D all the time. You can be Flavor Flav sometimes. So song number 1 is Fight the Power. Song number 2 is Shake Your Booty, which again is probably like the least political song that Public Enemy ever put out. And it really is like, Flavor Flav, do your dance. It's your duty. It is our duty to shake our booties. So song number 2, Shake Your Booty. So you've listened to song number 1, you're fighting the power, you're enraged. Song number 2, Shake Your Booty. You're taking that physical rage and you're dancing it, you're dancing it, you're dancing it. And then once you've done that, I want you to move on to Public Enemy's song, What Kind of Power We Got? Question mark. Now the song title is a question. What kind of power we got? And the answer in the song is soul power. I want you to think about what soul power might mean to you. Sometimes when I get angry about billionaires, I think to myself, these people will never have or understand the kind of love and compassion that lives in our hearts. All of us who are listening, all of us who think of ourselves as witches, they don't get it. This is a power that we have that they will never have, and that's soul power. What is your soul power? So we fought the power. We've shaken our booties. We've investigated our souls and the power that comes from our souls. This is the power that we have that cannot be taken away, soul power. And I want you to finish with a song that makes me cry every time I listen to it in the good way. This came out not that long ago, later period Public Enemy. And it's pretty much Chuck D rapping over a backing track that's like a 60s R&B song. And the song is called Everything. And it's a song about, it's a love song, but it's not just a romantic love song. It's a love song about, again, our soul power. You know, Chuck D talks about all the things he doesn't have. Public Enemy was given a Grammy for Lifetime Achievement in 2020, but before that they were nominated a couple times. They never won. So Chuck D's talking about, I don't have fancy cars, I don't have a Grammy, but what does he have? And Chuck D's answer is everything. And he specifically says in the song, we're not talking about things, we're talking about having people in our lives that love us. We're talking about listening. He says in the song, even like, listen to the young, listen to the old, and realize that we have everything that we need. We have everything that we need as long as we can love each other. So I'm going to break it down one more time. Start with fight the power. Then shake your booty. Then what power we got? And again, the answer is soul power. And then finish weeping to everything. Bring Public Enemy into your life, no matter where you are in your struggle for power, they have something for you. And also, by my way of thinking, and I will accept your emails and arguments, the greatest hip hop act of all time. So if you disagree, I would love to hear your disagreement about what is the greatest hip hop act of all time, and maybe they'll end up in the RX next week. But in the meantime, fight the power, recognize your soul power, dance your fucking ass off, and then recognize you have everything you need already. And that's my prescription for when you're dying of heat.
Well, I'm glad you brought 4 because I only have 1. So in the great balance, the great unplanned balance of Missing Witches plays out again. I think either before or after, maybe on repeat in between the stages of the Public Enemy stages of the cross that Amy's presented. I'm going to the Mariposa Folk Festival this weekend. We are folk festival caravanners in our family. Mark takes his handmade leather goods on the road, and we set up tents at the artisan markets of these beautiful old country campouts. And then there's, small stages and kids stages throughout a national park usually, or provincial park. So we're doing the first one. We took May on these epic kind of caravan trips across the country. We went when I was pregnant. We went like 2 weeks after we started dating the first time, all across the country. But now we're doing these ones we've never done before. So Mariposa is this weekend. This is Gordon Lightfoot's home festival. So there's like a whole Gordon Lightfoot. His band is doing a whole tribute. This is like when Neil Young sings, "There is a town in North Ontario," and everyone's like, well, he was just talking about the Muskokas. Like, it wasn't really north. It's like north by US standards, but not really by the grand expanse of the north. But that's where this festival, that's the area of this festival this weekend. And the Wainwright and McGarrigle family is kind of like Canadian folk mythic family, right? The McGarrigle sisters started performing with the Mountain City Four, Montreal wild folk band.
Yeah. It's like the royal family of Canadian folk, I think it's fair to say, for sure.
Yeah, totally. And so yeah, members of the Mountain City Four have died, but half of them are performing with Martha Wainwright at this festival, and Rufus is performing. And I always go back to Martha's song. It's old, but it's like it lives deep in my nervous system. The song Bloody Motherfucking Asshole. I will not pretend. I will not put on a smile. I will not say I'm all right for you, when all I ever wanted was to be good and do everything in truth. It's like, it's such a simple, it brings me to tears every time, you know. She's wrestling with her father who left them, and Rufus has like kind of a companion song about it too. But it's not just about fatherhood, you know, it's about paternalism. It's about working so hard just to feel the hand of the mother of sorrow in your brain again. You know, I'm paraphrasing, but scream singing this song in the car. I did it on repeat on the way here. I'm not even in a bad mood. I'm not even angry, except for the ways that I'm always angry, you know, like I can move in a bubble of joy and still know that like deeply rooted in the basin of my body is a very justified rage, you know. It's rage and inequality, and I don't want to be made sick by it. So I want to scream it out loud, and I want to fuel it into my actions, and let it be a piece with my joy, you know. And so I want to scream, you bloody motherfucking asshole. And I want that for you too, you know, when the heat is heavy or the world is heavy this week. I just want you to sing, I will not pretend. I will not put on a smile. I will not say I'm all right for you. All I wanted was to be good and to do everything in truth. That's all we wanted, you know. That's all we are going to do, is live in our truth. You bloody motherfucking assholes.
Yeah. I mean, you made me think of something that I want to put on a t-shirt, and that's that, like, in their way, all songs are protest songs. All joy is protest joy. All dancing is protest dancing. Under the weight of late stage capitalism that wants to defund arts and make this hegemonic little paper cutout line of what humanity looks like, anytime we sing or dance, regardless of whether it is Public Enemy or a folk song, an Arlo Guthrie folk song, or a punk song about Ronald Reagan. I mean, every genre of music and every aspect of life leaves open this opportunity for artful protest.
Yeah, it reminds me of this slogan. I went looking to see, because Julian from the Seasonal Body had said this in one of our new moon circles, one of our coven circles recently, and I felt it go through my body, and I feel like I've heard it before, and I went looking, and it is a phrase that's used through so many movements. It's like a line of connection through feminist movements, disability activism, fat activism, trans, queer. It's your existence is resistance. You continue to exist. You, as you are, your existence is resistance. So you don't constantly have to have your shoulder to the wheel breaking yourself. You don't constantly have to be screaming, you motherfucking asshole, though you're welcome to it whenever it feels right. Sometimes you can be shaking your booty and living your best, joyful, tender, caring life, because your existence is resistance.
Yes, honesty, telling the truth. And I don't just mean like when we say things to other people, but as we go about the world. If we believe in compassion, then again, let's bring that when someone is driving on our bumper or or any of those little things that make us angry. If we are living as ourselves, this is resistance.
Yeah. Good luck out there this summer. We fucking love you.
Yeah. And blessed fucking be.
And blessed fucking be.
Me, and my life is all to me. I love myself and all me. I love myself and all of me, all of me. I love myself and all of me. Love myself and all of me. I love myself and all of me.
If you want to support the Missing Witches project, find out how at missingwitches.com.